Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Bommer number BB5000-450-632 ball bearing 5-knuckle full mortise standard steel base. It should say standard weight steel base, 4.5 by 4.5 hinge with a removable pin and a polished brass finish. Okay, let's dissect the part number. First of all, BB stands for ball bearing. On a standard weight hinge, you'll have 2 bearing packets. The 5000 means a number of things, and I'll probably not get them all. But first, it means it's a 5-knuckle hinge, that it's full surface. You can see from the swag on the hinge leafs there that when the leafs are brought parallel, they're meant to be mortised flush to the edge of the door and the frame. It means that it is a steel base hinge. That's certainly inferred in the 5000 series part number and other and another part that part of the part number we'll get to. It's going to mean that you are dealing with a standard weight hinge, 134 thousandths of an inch leaf thickness, and it means that's a hinge that is not wide throw or not unusual. You're going to get a BB 5000 in common sizes, 4.5 4.5, 4 by 4, 3.5 3.5, 4.5 by 4, things of that nature. There is a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet. That cut sheet is very handy because it will allow you to review some variations on this hinge. First of all, it's a template showing the important screw locations, and these locations are called template pattern. The document is a template because it's a technical drawing, but the pattern of these holes is referred to by the word template. It is a standardized sort of location for these holes that if you have a hinge that is template pattern, this would be it. Or if you have a door and a frame that would be template pattern, this would be it. If you want to be sure of what you're dealing with, the locations for the screws are given in great detail on the drawing. Speaking of those holes, screws are included. You're going to get all wood screws and all metal screws. Now generally I find you'll get all metal screws and half wood screws. Sometimes if there's any concern that you have over what you need, just indicate in the comment field what screws you want to be sure. You might say all metal screws, or you might say all wood screws, or you might say half metal, half wood, things of that nature. Then there's no confusion about what you're going to be sent. Now the bottom half of the cut sheet link shows 3 columns, steel hinges, and you'll see, if you notice, the last digit in the part number is a 0. That infers steel base. Okay? If you change the 0 to a 1, that infers brass or bronze base material. Okay? If you change it to a 2, then it's a stainless steel product. And you can make those 3 base materials on this type of hinge. If you get to a 10 at the end of the part number, then it's a wide throw hinge, meaning the hinge will be wider than it is tall, very common for applications where you need some additional clearance, maybe to get a door out and around a wall that might have unusually thick brick mold or casing or applied shutters or a deeply inset sort of door. If you change the 5 in the beginning of the part number to an 8, now you're dealing with a 3-knuckle hinge rather than a 5-knuckle hinge. A lot of people like 3-knuckle hinges. And if that 3-knuckle hinge becomes ball bearing, it's not BB, it's LB, because 3-knuckle hinges from Bommer are concealed. They're called lube bearing, is what that stands for. Then all the other things that we've discussed apply. Where are you going to use this? Well, any project where you've got an 1.75" door, steel frame, wood door, wood frame, half and half, possibly fire rated, where you want to do a polished brass sort of finish. And that is let's jump a little bit. The 632 in the part number infers 2 things. Steel, as we've already established, and then a polished brass finish on steel. Now, backing up to the size, 450, that's Bomber speak for 4.5 by 4.5. 4.5 tall, 4.5 wide. Okay? This hinge will be available in different sizes, as we mentioned, and that part number will change. If you wanted a 3.5 by 3.5, it'd be 350. If you wanted a 4.5 by 4, it'd be 454. It's not confusing to me because I've only spent a million years trying to figure it out and finally did. But it is quite simple. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the full line Bomber product catalog and get to the ordering legend that's in the catalog, and then it will be all clear. And practically every variation of possible hinge from Bomber is listed there. I'm partial to Bomber, not only because I'm a distributor. I'm partial to them because they have excellent customer service, excellent technical support, excellent product quality, and decades of family purchasing from Bomber. And an established track record of good quality products. The last thing I'd like to point out to you is the Bomber logo. And right above it, it says Made in USA, a fact that Bomber is quite proud of, as am I to represent them. If you have any questions on the Bomber BB5000-452-632, and naturally it's available in all possible finishes on steel, and even custom finishes, just to rattle off 10 of them or so. Prime Coat, Bright Black Japan, you can do a zinc plated, you can do satin brass, polished brass, satin nickel, and antique nickel. That's going to certainly be a special order, but they'll do. Satin bronze, oil rub bronze, polished chrome, satin chrome. And then there's many others that they technically can do and some of the materials made to order, and some of those finishes are certainly going to be made to order. But nonetheless, Bomber will absolutely entertain the inquiry of a special finish. So any questions on this hinge from Bomber or any other Bomber product that you might review on the link to the manufacturer's page, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.